Okay. Yeah. Hi, everyone. So yesterday, in the previous class, we went through subqueries, correlated subquery, and also we went through few functions. And yeah, I think you might have, you should be able to practice all of this using this W3 schools. So yeah, and then whatever necessary like concat and these things, I have already given you an overview, like replace, concat, a few things, case one statements, null, coalesce, and all. So, but and rest 1 minute. So do you guys know how to deal with the null values, like null values in this not college? So like select star from employees. So I want to get whose manager id is null, okay, which is null, null, which is not a blank space, or which is not the text field called null. It is just nullable value. So how I can get, I can write like this, right? Where manager id is null, okay, is null, is not null. So this kind of syntax. It's not equals to null. Equals to null means, basically equals to null means the manager id column should have null, null text field, like how we have no mobile, how we have this. So that is different, and how we have this is different, okay. So if you could even look at this data, so this is something looking different, and this is something different, right? So if you write like this, it will be throwing error, okay. So, and also, yeah, it will throw error as well as not throwing error, but basically it tries to check whether manager id is equals to null, null. So if you write this is null, so that means the value is not available. For manager id, the value is not available. So if you could see here, this is inserted with blank space. So that means this is like this. So this you can, the value is equals to blank space. Simple single quotes. Let's make it employee name. So you can see this employee name is not a blank space, and you got this records. And let's suppose if you want all columns to be which these are null, right? I want only the columns whose manager id has some value. So what you will be writing is not null. So is not null and is null. So is not null means it will bring all the values. You can see manager id, whatever values are there, that will be filtering out. So likewise, so yeah, so this is what null values and blank space and not null. So this is how you filter. And next we'll be going through, since we have went through subqueries, so we will go through in any all exist thing. So I think we have not covered this in the previous session. So we'll go through this. Okay. So in operator is nothing but, so it is used in where class. You already know what is in, right? So in means you will write multiple values, in the list. So select star from employees and department, in, you write in and you open the brackets and write department equals to IT, HR, finance. So this means within a single statement, it will give the employees from HR, IT, and finance. So that is what in does, right? So I'm just executing this. So this should bring all the related records from IT and HR and finance. So if you could see, finance is there, HR and there, IT is there. So let's suppose if I write something else, FKGG. So there is nothing, some FGG department. So but still it doesn't give any error. So this is just checking the filters. Okay, if there is no record, it doesn't give. So that is what I'm trying to tell. FGG is I written, but if there is no record, it doesn't give anything. So I mean, it doesn't throw any error because that's not the syntax error. It is just condition checking error. So this is what. And in the same way, you can use not in as well. Not in means opposite. So IT, HR, finance records will not come. So other records will be displayed except this. So IT, HR, and finance. So that records are not available, and the other records are available. So that is what in operator does. And this you already know, this can be solved using equals to operator, combination of equals to and or, right? So if you could see here, so this can be written like this, right? Select star from employees where department equals to IT, or department equals to HR, or department equals to finance. So this is how you can also write. But if you want to use in, you can write like this. If you wanted to use or, you can write like this. Okay. So any operator. So any questions in operator? I don't think so, because we already had this 2 or 3 times. So in just simply employees, sorry, list of values that you will be having. So any questions here?
No, Vinay.
Okay, perfect. So so we have any operator. So any operator is used within a subquery. So subquery. So we already spoke about subqueries. So you'll be having one main query. So this is subquery I'm opening. So this is a subquery, which is inner query, and this is the outer query. So or else this is the inner query. This is the main query. So this is what subquery is, right? So so in we will be using, sorry, any we will be using within a subquery. Okay, whenever we are using subquery kind of syntaxes, so at that time you'll be using any operator. Okay, returns true if any of the subquery value meets the conditions. So any of the subquery value meets the condition. Okay, I'll explain this. So it is useful for comparing against a set of values, same like in. Okay, it is used to compare set of values, same like in operator. But so just try to check this. So this is used in subquery. So you can see select star from employees where salary greater than any. Okay, whatever these values are returning. So maybe if this is a non-correlated subquery, right? So if you could see select salary from employees where department equals HR. So this is not depending on the outer query, right? So let me take this piece of information and just run this particular query itself. So what it is returning? It is returning 57,000, 49,000, 50,000. Okay. So this three records it is returning. So that means internally the database replaces this with three records. Okay, let's suppose that three records are this records 55, 40, 25. So that's this is the query. Okay, but this won't run if I try to take this and run it. So this won't run because any accepts. So if I run this shouldn't run. Okay, because any whenever you are using any, you have to use subquery. Okay, this is subquery we are using. So this is bringing not exactly I have what I have written here, but this is bringing some records, right? So salaries with some 45,000, something like that, 57, 49, 50. Okay, so just assume that is also same, it's bringing 55, 40. So I'm not going to edit this. Okay, so now if you could see, so whenever you are using any, you have to use a subquery for sure. So that is what this. So this internally brings the salaries of that particular HR department employees. And then if you could see any, okay, any means any of the. So let's suppose one guy in the employees table, one guy has 35,000 as salary. His name is Harsha. Okay, and now what we have written 35,000. This is 35,000 and greater than any of this. Okay, any means anyone. So it can satisfy any condition. Okay, 35,000 greater than 55,000. No, right? Which means false. So it's not satisfying the first condition. 35,000 greater than 40,000. So which is false. Okay, so it's not satisfying this condition. And 35,000 greater than 25,000, which is true. So because of this value, since we are using any means any value can satisfy this condition. So then this value gets returned because we at least got one true. Okay, one condition is true. So that's why it will bring this Harsha. It will filter this Harsha record and provide it in the result set. So that is what. Okay, and when coming to any, so any one can satisfy the condition, any one value. But when coming to all, if I write all, just all here, this value will not be, all conditions should be satisfied. Okay, now this Harsha value will be filtered and it will not be shown in the result set. If you're writing, if you're running this query, if you're writing all here, okay, and running this query, you will not get this Harsha, because 35,000 is greater than 55,000, which is false, right? 35,000 greater than 45,000, false, and this is true. But as per the all all operator, all the values should be satisfying the condition. So that is what all is. So now if I have 60,000, so now if you could see 60,000 greater than 55,000, which is true. 60,000 greater than 40,000, that is also true. 60,000 greater than 25,000, so that is also true. So that is what all operator does. So now Harsha, this particular Harsha whose salary is with 60,000 will be returned. Okay, that is what all is. So you can see same thing would be there. So law or operator is similar to any, but it returns true only if all of the subquery values meets the condition. It is used for comparison where a condition must be true for every value in the set. So that is what subquery, all and in operator is. Any questions still here? Guys, do you guys have any questions still here? Okay, so no. Okay, then I assume everyone is no. I mean, no one has questions. So I'm going to the next one. So all is done, and we have exist. Okay, exist operator. So yesterday we have spoke about this exist operator. Again, we'll be speaking on this. So exist is used for just testing the existence of any record. It doesn't care what value it is returning. Just it will check whether this subquery is returning some value or not. That's it. So it will just return whether this subquery is returning some value or not. So now if you could see, so subquery returns one or more records. So it's this particular useful for checking if a subset of data is based on the certain conditions exists. So what we are doing here, find a department that have at least one employee with a salary over 55,000. So this is a correlated subquery. Okay, if you could see, if I execute this, it will not work because this E1 is from outer query. So, but if you execute this, what it will throw? It will throw an error like department, department which is outer query will not, outer from the outer query is not accessible because that is a column which is from outer query. So this one, if you execute, so it will throw an error. So that's why it's not a correlated subquery. And exist is something. So whenever whenever you are checking for the department, let's suppose this department is IT. Okay, IT equals to IT. Okay, and then salary should be greater than 55,000. If any value, okay, if any value is available, you will get some records, right? So then at that time, this exist condition checks any value is available or not. If some value is available for that particular department, straight away it will just make this whatever department is satisfying, that will be selected in the select query with just as that at least one guy is having 55,000 salary. So likewise, so exist just checks an existence whether this kind of record is available or not. That's it. So it doesn't check what is the value for this particular employee ID. So it doesn't check. We are not comparing like that. We are just comparing whether this condition when it meets condition, when the department is IT, whether it is meeting the condition or not. When the department is HR, whether it is meeting the condition or not. So that's what we are checking. Okay, so that's how we are checking. We are not comparing any value. Just we are just trying to find out whether there is a records coming, from the subquery or not. So that is in any exist. So sorry, this is exist, but we have done in any all exist. So this I'll be sharing in the drive. So you can go through that again, and you can also use ChatGPT and get some scenarios for exist, few other scenarios when you will be using. So just simply type ChatGPT that create some questions on exist and answers as well. So it will give the question and will give the answer. So that you'll be able to understand which type of question if somebody asks. So when can I answer that? Using exist. Okay, so I hope do you have any questions for this module in any all exist? So can I go through the next one?
Vinay, can you please once show me the exist once again? Can you repeat and show the example?
Okay, so here what we are trying to find this, you understood correlated subquery, right? Which means if you are just running this subquery only, it should not work because this is correlated because E1 dot department coming from outer query, right? So this one E1 dot department is coming from outer query, and then we are just checking the salary of this employee, same table, whether that 55,000 is same. Okay, so now we are first getting the IT employees from here. So first just talk about E1. Okay, E1 table, we got Harsha from IT department, comma, salary is somewhere around 65,000, and we got Akhil, comma, HR department, and salary is 35,000, right? So now what happened? Mm, and moreover, I'll just write somebody called Vinay. Okay, Vinay is also from IT, and he's also 35, sorry, 50, somewhere around 60, 35,000. Okay. Hmm. So now what happens? So E1, this is E1. First, what happens? Subquery does the things in a way like traversing, iteratively doing the same things. So first, so where exists, okay, just forget about exists right now. Select one. Okay, I'm just writing one because exist doesn't care about what value coming from. Okay, so you can write anything. You can simply write employee ID as well. But I do, if you write like that, sometimes if your employees table has too much data. So if you write since however employee ID is not useful here, I'm writing one. Okay. So, but if you want to write, you can write, but it will, if your employee ID has millions of records, if you get it, it takes some time. So that's why I just written one. Okay. So Harsha IT and 65,000. So now if you could see, this is from E1 table and E2. So first driving query, main query is this query. So now first one Harsha IT 65,000, department is IT. So now here department E1 dot department is IT, right? Equals to E2 dot department. So that means again in the E2 query, since you have two records coming from same department, again you will compare with the same records in the E2, from E2 table. What you will be saying, so where E1 dot department equals to IT, so both records came, and after filtration one record got removed again, because since we are using and now this 35,000 got removed because we need 55,000 greater than 55,000. Now this is the one record which is exist, right? 65,000 is the exist one, because now what this query will return, it will just return employee ID of Harsha, that's it. Okay, so now what exist does, exist just checks whether this query is bringing any record or not. Okay, now we got only one record, so this query returns one record. So now exist condition is true because it got one record. Okay, if it doesn't get any record, then the condition will not be true. Now what is E1 dot department, that is IT. So now this condition is satisfied, right? So generally now, what is the question for this? Just get the departments, okay, distinct departments, because I will should not be getting duplicates IT twice, because if we have like same like Harsha who has more than 55,000, then you will be getting IT three times, right? So distinct I have added. So now this Harsha IT 65,000 made your this query to give one record, only single record. That single record which you got it from the subquery made this exist to be true, and that true made this distinct of department to be shown in the results, that is IT. So in the same way, so you have Akhil. So again, when it is comparing, even table picking this Akhil, and then department equals to HR, and then again salary greater than 55,000, then Akhil's salary would be 35,000. So then this record will be, giving the zero records, because we have only one guy called HR. Even though if we have somebody called, again somebody called Vijay, and he's also HR, and but his salary is also 34,000, something 24,000, which is not satisfying the condition. So that means HR people are having salary less than 55,000. They don't have more than 55,000. So now this doesn't give any records at all, right? So because two records we have which is less than 55,000, this gives zero records. Now exist is false because nothing is coming out of this query. So this, since this is false, you will get distinct departments, only IT, because HR will not be coming because this is false. So are you clear, Priyanka, now? I think this is more of a brief.
Yeah, yes, Vinay, understood.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So next we have, okay, I hope we have done most of the things, and then we'll go with joins. Okay, so we'll go with joins. So first for joins, so we have customers table and orders table. Okay, so we have customers table and orders table. We have customer ID, customer name, customer email, and then we have orders table, order ID, order date, and amount, and customer ID. And since foreign key is customer ID in this table and referencing the primary key of customers table, because if you think about any website, Amazon or no, Amazon or any website, e-commerce site, first you need to sign in, right? In order to place an order, you need to sign in. So you will have some customer ID, okay? That will not be displayed in your Amazon e-commerce site, but it will be customer ID might be email ID, unique, right? So unique across everyone. So email ID or phone number is a customer ID, right? So basically, if you could see here, we spoke about primary key and foreign key previously. So this is referential integrity, right? So whenever you are placing some orders records into this customers orders table, you must check that whether he is a customer or not. Otherwise, it will not insert it because foreign key constraint is there here. If you are inserting some order, okay, some if you are inserting some order ID with 123 and order date some date and amount is $25 and customer ID is something. If you are inserting something around 24, 25, 26, something like that, some value you are you are inserting, that value should be in the customers table because we are doing for we are just writing this customer ID as a foreign key which references customer ID from the primary table, which is customers table. So that is what referential integrity is. So that means only then, only when you have sign up into the Amazon, then only you can place an order. But some websites, even if you don't sign up into the website, you can just log in as a guest user and place order. So it's not in the case of Amazon, but there might be some Chinese website where you will be just signing into that, sorry, without signing in as a guest, and you will pay the order. So some the not, which is not very famous, like some small website, small companies can, they can have it, because Amazon is something you will be using frequently, and based on your research, based on your searching searching the items, you'll be getting the recommendations as well. But in case of other website which is not so famous, they might be you will not be, you should not, I mean, try, like no need of no need of signing in as well. So at that time you can just insert null values in the even here also, even it is referencing the foreign key, you can insert null values as well, because only thing is that if you insert some value in the orders table, that value should be available in the customers table, okay? But if you insert some null value, no problem, okay? So that that thing, if you insert some null value, no problem. That means just assume that, okay, if it is a customer ID is null, then just assume that, okay, he is the guest user, he have placed an order. That's why his customer ID is null. So just think in that way. So okay, so I'll send this. You can just insert all these things, and then okay, so this is done. So insertion and data creation and all, you can get it from my text file itself. I'll send this. So join types. So first we have inner join. So inner join is also called a simple join as well. If you don't write inner, no problem. If you write join, that's it, enough. Okay, if you're writing inner, that's okay. If you're not writing inner also, that is also inner join. Okay, so inner join records, returns records with matching values in the both the table. Okay, let me open this W3 schools with a Venn diagram. You'll be able to understand more. So joining means, what is basically joining? So we already went through union, right? So union means which increases the rows vertically, right? If you have one select query, so union means union, I think you are already aware of this. So we already spoke about that, but again, I'll just explain. So you, let's suppose select query is there, okay, and you have union, and there is one more select query. So I'm not writing complete syntax. Okay, this is bringing five rows, and this is bringing some 6 rows. So if you enter this and like execute this command, so you'll get 11 rows total. So that means increasing the 11 rows, increasing it horizontal, sorry, vertically. So you are just increasing the table, records, right, because of union. But when coming to join, okay, join, when you will be using joins. So in order to get some column, let's suppose you have employees table with employee ID, comma, employee ID, comma, department code, okay, department code, and salary. So this is one table, and you have one department table, which is department code and department name. So now your manager, the data would be like this, right? For employees table, you will have data 1, comma, department code IT, comma, salary 55,000, something like this, 50,000. And you have 2, comma, MKT, comma, 25,000. And you have IT, comma, information technology. And MKT, comma, marketing. So this is how your table looks like, right? So now what I want, so right now I want, I asked my junior to uh, just get the employees list with the departments, right? So now what he does, just write select star from employees. Now you will get 2 records, which is this one, but he doesn't know what is IT, what is MKT. What he have to do again, he have to go to select star from department. Again, he has to go to this one, and now he will get these 2 records. Now what he has to do again, he have to write it down somewhere. Okay, one belongs to IT, that means information technology. Again, MKT means marketing. So like that he have to do, right? But in case of join, you can just join both the table. So he have to do manually that things. But in case of join, if with the help, with the use of join, you can simply write select employees table dot employee ID, comma, employees table. Okay, I'll just write alias, but just showing you that this employee is coming from employees table. Okay, you can write alias as well, comma, department name coming from department table, from employees. Again, I will join because I want to add new columns. I want to add new columns. Join department on is a keyword to join it. On is a on is to join it. On which I'll be joining. What is a common column in this department code, right? So the common column and the common information. Okay, it need not to be exactly DEPT code. Okay, it can be something, but this the values whatever it has should be related to each other. Like IT marketing, okay, this seems to be department code, but here you might be having department category name as department category, no problem. But you should know the project knowledge, data knowledge. So whether this IT and okay, department category and department code is same. Okay, like that, you just have to remember. Okay, let's make it as department code, no problem. Category. So now I'm joining this employees, dot employees table, make us how it is. So department code category equals to department dot DEPT code. So now what it will bring, it will bring you the output. So employee ID is 1, comma, employment, department code IT, comma, department name. I'll write information technology, comma, other one. Yeah, that's it. We just, extracted 2 3 columns. That's it. So likewise, now my junior would be giving me the result likewise. So yeah, one belongs to this, and again two belongs to MKT, and then marketing. So likewise, you will be getting the record. So this is what join is. So you can join not only, one, only 2 tables. You can again create a join. You can write join, okay, and then write few more things. If you have some other table, like employee ID is there. If you have another table called employee names, generally it won't be like that employee names, but I'm just creating for you. That's it. So it won't be like this exactly. Employee ID and employee names would be in the same table, but I'm just creating just to explain this employee's name. Okay, employee name. So emp name I'm writing. So let's suppose if you want to join with this table and get the name as well, I'll just write again join, and again I'll write on. What is the common column between employees and employee, right? So I'll just write employees dot employee equals to again employee's name dot employee. So this is how you write it. Okay, joining 2 or more tables. So it doesn't mean that you have to join only 2 table based on your requirement. You have to join it. Even you will be joining, same table with same table. Employees table with the employees table itself. That is called self join. That concept will be talking on, that depends on the columns and the data, column values and data. So that will be speaking later on. But right now, so I hope you understood this one. So now how it will be looking like. So now I think I have to write this. Now I need to get this comma and get the name as well in the select query. Now you'll get the name called, if this have data, Harsha is employee ID, and then this is Karthik. So let's suppose, so likewise, we'll be having the data. So this is what join is. Any question about the join? So if you have no questions, I'll proceed with the types of joins. So just try to remember join means getting the, new column from the different table. Union means just increasing the number of records, vertically and horizontally. So this increases your, columns horizontally if you wanted to add columns. So the one which, union is something, it will increase the vertically. Records will be increased. So that is the difference. So do you have any questions still here? Satya, Kiran, Priyanka, and Akhil and Lokesh.
Vinay, can you show this on the workbench?
Yeah, I'll show that. I'll explain those things. But this concept,
Okay.
okay, right? So you understood
Yeah.
this concept. That's just concept. Whatever we will be doing anyway, that will be shown in the workbench as well. Okay. So how about you, Akhil and Satyakiran? So are you clear, or do you want me to explain again?
No, Vinay, it's clear.
Okay.
So
Okay then.
okay,
Yeah. So if you could go to inner join first. So we'll speak about inner join, and then we'll go through the different types of join. So different, syntaxes. So just look at this Venn diagram. So we have table 1, we have table 2. So whatever common, okay, that will be written. That's it. So whatever common, that will be written. So when coming to left join, so whatever the common means. So here, if you could see the join predicate, okay, I'm just removing this join, just not to make it more complex. I removed it. Now we are joining employees table and the department table. So the employees table is the left table. Okay, if you could see the pick, yeah, this is left table and this is right table is the department table. Okay, the based on the department category and department code, if this matches, okay, if both are whatever same, so based on that you will get the value. So you will get the you know you will get the results. Let's suppose if somebody from the employees table, you have, something like HR. Sorry, yeah, HR. So let's suppose 3 and HR is there and his salary is 27,000, right? So if you have this and now this HR is not available in employees table, that record will not be returned because the joining is not satisfied because HR is not available in the department table. So that is what matching is. Okay, that is what matching is. If this HR is available in department table, then that will be returned. Since this HR is not available and our joining key is joining key is department code. If what I'm highlighting is that, so then you will not this HR record will not be returned if you enter run this query. So that is what it is. And then I'm just taking this joins query and then I'll explain you the inner join. So there's no simple join as such. Whatever whenever you are using inner join, so simple join, that is called inner join. Okay. So even if I'm removing inner, that is also fine. But if I'm removing inner, that is inner join. So before getting into that, I'll just try to show the tables. Okay, table contents. Select star from customers. Okay, so customer ID, customer name, customer email. So this is what the data is. So we have almost 14 records. Okay, so till 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then okay, I directly enter 27. So this is what it is. So we have customer ID, customer name, and email. And in the orders table, so we have order ID. So if you just simply enter this order ID, yeah, we have this order ID, order date, and amount, and customer ID, right? So we have order ID, order date, amount, and customer ID. So this customer ID, whatever records we have, right? So this 1 and 1, this all are belongs to customers table. Okay. So this all the things. If you could see nulls, we also have null. Okay. So null means, so basically nulls means the customers who didn't sign up and simply ordered something, so that is for nullis. Okay, so just assume in that way he didn't have any he didn't sign into the Amazon website but still ordered something using the guest user experience. Okay, guest user. So that is what null is. And then so if you could see what we are doing in the inner join, so as part of inner join, these 3 records should not come, right? Because we are joining with customer ID here and we have customers table and orders table, and this 108 and 107 and this record shouldn't come. So I'm just pasting it here, just just show it. Okay, so 108, 116 and 117, since customer ID is null, so it should not be available whenever I return this query. So running this query, so if you could see 108, 106. Okay, I'm just trying to get the order ID as well. I'll just write it O dot order ID comma. So with the order, this is the order ID, right? So if you could see order ID. So let's see whether we get 108. So there is no 108 here, and 116 is also not there, and 117 is also not there because the customer ID is not matching with the customers table. Okay, because the customers customer ID in the orders table is null. Okay, in case if the orders table has some other customer ID, okay, we can't have it because we are using primary key constraint here. Let's suppose if you have I'll just write select star from customers, and let's suppose we have we don't have 28 in the customer ID customers table, right? 28 customer ID, but let's suppose that customer placed an order, order, and that customer ID is 28. Okay, so if that is an orders table and this customer ID is not available in the customers table, then also that value will not come because it's the joining is not happening, right? The joining is not happening with the customer ID from the customers table and orders table. So if you could see 198, 116, 170 is not coming because customer ID is null for this tables in the orders table, and which is not matching with the customers table. So that's why only matching records are coming. If you could see the Venn diagram, if you could see, this one represent table data and this two represent this other table data, and only the matching things. Okay, you can see the inner join keyword returns only rows with a match in both the tables, which means that if you have a product with like with no category, or with a category ID that is not present in the categories table, that record will not be resulted written in the result. So that is what I am explaining. So customer ID is not is available in the customers table, then you will not get the data. So are you clear till here? um, Akhil and Satyakiran, are you clear till here? Lokesh, are you clear here?
Yes, yes, Vinay, it's clear.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Okay. How about you, Priyanka?
Yeah, yeah, okay, Vinay.
Yeah, like please respond quickly so that I will be not calling the names. And then we have left join. So that is done in a join. Whatever matching, you will be returning the value. Just remember that whatever matching from the both the table, the joining predicate. The joining predicate means the condition. Okay, joining condition. Okay, based on that, if there is a match, you'll get the result since it is the inner join. If you are using left join, you can see this simple data. So if you are using left join, so these are also called as left outer join. Okay, outer joins means left join, right join, and full outer join. These three things are the you know outer joins. Inner join means only one join. Outer join means left outer join, right outer join, and full outer join. So these all three things comes into the one page. So basically joins means one concept. Inner join is a join, simple join as well. Inner join, both are same. Okay. When coming to outer joins, we have left outer join, right outer join, and full outer join. Three things. So if you could see left join, so what we are talking since from previous things, we have customers table, which is left side, left table, and right one is orders table. So that depends on the sequence. Okay. So if you talk about this here, the left table is customers and right table is orders. In the same way here, the after from we have left table customers. After left join, we have this right table. So left join, what it does, this is left table customers, this is right table orders. So first it will bring all the records from the left table, so which is customers. It will bring all the customers from the left table. Okay, but in the right table, whatever matching, for that it will be having data. Whatever not matching, for that it won't get the column values from the table 2, because it doesn't have any that particular record, right? Let's suppose you have a customer called 27 with customer ID in the customers table, and he didn't place any order at all. Okay, in Amazon he didn't place any order at all. So his customer ID will not be there in the orders table, right? Because he didn't place any order at all. So that particular record he will get, but for that order ID it will be null. Okay, because we doesn't have any order ID, right? So now if you could see here, I'll just take this information, query, simple query, just we have added left, that's it. Select customer name, order date, amount, and customers, and then orders table, and we are joining with customer ID because that is a common column. If I take this and execute this, so you will get all the records coming from customers table. So if you could see, you are seeing duplicates, right? That means he have ordered twice. So he have ordered twice. C dot customer ID. I'll just displaying this. Okay, I didn't write comma over there. Okay. Mhm. Okay, so if you could see, so I'm just executing this. Okay, I have executed this. So we had, customers, right, in the customers table. So since customers is a left table, so since we are using left join, all the customers you will get it. Okay, you'll get all the customers. And if you could see here, we have join, sorry, duplicate of Amit Singh. So that means orders, okay, orders of Amit are two. So basically he ordered twice. One is 1500 and one is 1700. That you have in orders table. Okay. So if you could see orders, select orders, select star from orders. Orders one. Okay. If I just simply do this, you can see one is twice. So that means this guy is ordered two times. 101 and 103 is order ready, and his, 1500 and 1750 is his, amount that he spent on the order. So if you could see, so that's why we have twice Amit Singh and 1500 and 1750. Okay, so this is the one which is matched. Okay, so this is satisfying this Venn diagram. So this part, okay, this part it's satisfied because we got order ID and order date and amount coming from orders table. That means satisfying the matching things. Okay, so if you could see these few things, if you scroll down, we have this many things. Okay, 11, 12, 13, 27. This all coming from customers table, which is a left table. This customer name is also coming from customers table because we have customer name in the customers table. But if you could see order date and order amount, which is not coming, it is just null value because this particular customers 11, 12, 13, 17 didn't order anything. Okay, they didn't order anything. So that's why now if you go to the diagram, so you can see nothing is there here. So means the columns coming from the orders table will not be populated because no record is available under customer ID 11, 12, 13, 17. Sorry, 27. Okay, are you clear till here? So this is left join. You can write left outer join or left join. Any syntax is fine. If you are removing outer, that is also fine. If you are writing left join, that is also fine. Okay. So if you are clear, okay, then we can proceed, or else I can explain again. So Satyakiran, Priyanka, are you clear or are you listening? Okay. Okay, it's clear.
Yeah,
Akhil says.
okay.
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 That's done. So which is left join, and then if I go to another one, we have right join. So in the same way, you can join few more things. Simply you can write left join like how we have done for inner join. You can write left join and again join another table, another column. So likewise, you can add a few more things if you need. Another table. If you have another table, you can join. So likewise, it does in real time projects. You will be joining different tables. You'll be joining three or more tables, 10 tables likewise. So that is real time tasks. So if you could see this one, so SQL right join. So this is right join. So you'll get all the information from the orders table, and whatever matching you'll get, and whatever not matching you'll not get. So now what I will do, I'll just have the same syntax. Instead of this syntax, instead of left, I'll just add right. Okay, and I'll hit enter. What it does before executing that, I'll tell you. It will give all the orders. Okay, all the orders. Let's say if you have 17 records, it will give all 17 records. Okay, and then if there is a match between the customer IDs, it will give the matched one. But if you could see in some orders table, we have customer ID with null value. So there you will not get any customer name, customer, customer email or customer name. Okay, we are not getting customer email, right? So if you want, you can get email as well. Let's see if I can get that. So this is just getting the date, column value. That's it, right? I'll let customer email. Since the customer email is not same across, it does, it is in the single table. You no need to write c dot customer email as well, because that is coming from, that is not ambiguous. That means this customer email is not in two tables, right? It can identify, the SQL will be able to identify that this is coming from customers table, because it's not available in orders table. So you don't need to add c dot as well, but if you want, you can add c dot. But I'm just telling this just for reference that, this customer email is only from customers table. If this same name is available in orders table, then you need to write c dot, customer likewise. But however, writing this is better, because if someone is trying to understand the code, they'll be able to get it. Okay, so if you could say write one, write join means orders table, all data we got, 17 records were there, that 17 records we got. Okay, so if you could see this customer ID null, customer name null, customer email null, but he ordered, which is amount 32,200 worth order he ordered. So all the things we got it from orders table, these two records, and like whatever customer ID is matching from the orders table and customers table, that you have got, details. But whatever not matching, simply it gave null. Okay, are you good till here? So this is right join. Okay, so if you are okay, so just what is left join, full outer join. Full outer join means just the combination of left and right, that is full outer join. Then we can write union, that's it. So if I writing union, so this is full outer join. Whatever left join is bringing, whatever right join is bringing, you are unioning. If there is any duplicate, it will remove. So that is what full outer join is. So if you could see full join, all the things you'll get. So whatever coming from orders like customers table, you'll get all the data. Whatever coming from orders table, you'll get all the data. Okay, whatever matching based on the joining condition, you will just get the data. Okay, that's it. So that is what full outer join is. So are you clear till here?
Yes, Vinay, it's clear.
Yes, Vinay.
Okay, so we also have concept of cross join. So let me check that is exist in. Okay, okay, so this one cross join, simply, you can write, I'll just write cross join, select star from employees. Okay, not employees, customers, cross join orders. So here we don't have any joining predicate. Okay, cross join means simply Cartesian product. So you can say 238 rows are there. So cross join means, let me explain one scenario. We have, table one has 10 rows, table two has 20 rows. If you are not joining based on any predicate, simply writing cross join. Okay, so this concept is, I don't think so this is much useful in data engineering, but sometimes we have to use. Okay, so total 10 into 20, 200 records you'll be getting simply without any logic. First row will be table one, may in table one you'll be having 10 records. So 1 to 10. So let's suppose you have 10 records. First record will be mapped 20 times with the record of, with 20 records in the table 2. So like if you could see, you know, 10, it starts from 10, let's see, 10, 11, 12, 13. Likewise, you have some rows. So till 30, you'll be having, because that is 20 records. So now the output would be, if you join this, you'll get 1 comma 10, sorry, 10 or 11. 10. So if you started with 10, right? It's 10. 1 comma 11, 1 comma 12, 1 comma 13, like till 1 comma 29. So likewise, this is the cross join. So a real example can is I will be telling. So let's suppose you have patients data. Okay, Vinay is a patient, and we have some other called Vijay and Akhil. This is the three records, and you have testing related data. Testing, let's say that column has full body checkup table. So now in this table, five testings are there, five testings. So maybe you'll be having one as some kind of x-ray related something. So I'm not sure what exactly healthcare does, but something like full body checkup means few, five checkings, five testings, maybe some check for blood testing. So likewise, now this patient came and asked, I want full body checkup. So now what we can do cross join on to the two tables. Okay, and Vinay will be having, one is Vinay comma X-ray. Okay, first testing would be X-ray. Vinay comma blood test, and next one something like that. You'll be having five testings, right? So now we can go to now this particular table. You can extract this five results set and go to different X-ray room or blood test. So likewise, you can go. So irrespective of any joining predicate. So simply it is a Cartesian product. Cartesian product means cross product. So basically, if you have 10 records in one table and 10 records in another table, one record will have 10 combinations. Okay, so one record will have 10 combination because table 2 also have 10 records and table 1 also have 10 records. 10 into 10, 100 records will be having total. So that is what cross join is. So cross join in SQL. So if you could see, you can see the example. So it seems like full join, but it doesn't seems to be like that. If you could see images, yeah, this would be the best example. So meals, drinks, and menu combination: omelette with orange, omelette with tea, omelette with coffee, omelette with orange, omelette with tea, and omelette with coffee. So likewise, so this is what cross region is. So as I said, this is patients and this is healthcare, sorry, testing. So likewise, we will be having this combination that is called cross join. Okay, so did you get this cross join? So any questions in the cross join? I don't think so, but still, if you have any questions, you can ask.
No questions, Vinay.
Okay, so one thing just now I found, you can just simply, whenever you go to W3 schools, if you enter SQL, that means it contrasts with different databases. Okay, PostgreSQL, SQL Server. Whenever you're opening something in here in this page, SQL page. So if you're writing, some null value, maybe I'll just write case statement. Okay, so this explains in maybe okay, this is not here, but null functions. So it tells like MS Access database, it will be like this. SQL Server, it will be like this. MySQL, it will be like this. But if you simply click on this directly, MySQL, I think whatever it follows, it's completely in MySQL. Okay. So whenever if you want to, if you are working in MySQL, just practicing, you can simply click on MySQL and do the things. It won't throw any errors at all. Yeah. So any doubts still here, or we can, I think we have almost done whatever I thought of doing. So one thing left is self join. Okay. Self join is not a syntax. It is just a concept. Okay. So not a syntax and concept means basically whenever we talk about inner join, left join and all, so we had some syntax, right? We written some syntax. But in case of self join, it is just a concept. Okay. If you could see, a self join is a regular join, but the table is joined with itself. Self means same tables. So you will be using inner join. Okay. But you will be joining with the same table. That is what self join is. So if you go to the syntax, so we have this one select star from employees, right? So I'll just get this data and show you how the data would look like. This is a bit, hard to understand if you are a beginner, but once you understand, you will be easy. You will be able to grab it easily. So, so if you could see employee ID, we have one employee name. This is okay. Finance and 55,000 DOB and mobile number. And what is the manager ID? 21. So Amit's manager ID is 21. Okay. Who is the manager of Amit? 21. Okay. That means this manager is also employee of that organization, right? That means his Amit manager will be also in the same table, right? 21. Let's scroll till 21. Okay. So here we have Pranit, right? Praveen, sorry. So now Amit manager is Praveen, right? So Amit manager is Praveen, where it is, yeah. And if you go to this guy, so Priya, so his manager is also 21. That means his manager is also Praveen, right? Sunita, this all managers are Praveen. If you could go to Ishan, again 5. So that means let's go Vikram Reddy. So this 5, go, this guy's manager, Ishan's manager is Vikram Reddy, right? But now if I simply enter select star from employees, what I'm getting this way, and I have to go again down and check who is the manager. And I just wanted to, do this manually. Okay, I have to do this manually. But what I want, I want like this. I want Amit, comma manager name. His manager name is Praveen, right? So I want this way, like employee name, comma manager name. So I want this kind of result. So how you can do with this? Since both the tables data is in the same, same, you have this in the same, right? Same database, same employees table. How can you do this? If you're joining, you might be thinking, okay, we have to join with another table, but you can also join with same table as well. So this is just a concept, okay? Self join doesn't have any syntax like, writing self join. So we don't have this kind of syntax. We don't have it. This is just a concept of joining the same table. So now I want this kind of, Amit comma Praveen, Ishan comma Priya. So likewise, Vikram, sorry, Ishan comma Vikram because he's a manager. So likewise, I want to have it. So what I will do, I'll just write first select, okay, employee ID. Okay, let's first, write joining things. Employees, E1. Let's make it as E1 and join, okay, and then employees, E2 on. Let's write till here, okay. So now we are joining same table E1, E2 and select employee ID. From where you will be getting this employee ID? From E1 table, E1 dot employee ID, comma E1 dot employee name, okay, comma E2. From E2, I'll get employee name, okay. Okay. So again, from E2, I'll get employee name as manager name because I'll be joining. You have to understand on what I'll be joining. So now E1 dot employee coming from E1 table, E1 dot employee name coming from E1 table, and E2 dot employee name coming from this, but he is a manager. So now I'm joining with E1 dot manager ID equals to, okay, this particular employee, okay, E1. This is E1. This particular employee ID 1 you will be returning here. Employee name Amit is returning here, and I want employee name from another table. Why? Because he should be the manager. So now how I should be joining? I should be joining. This is the event table. Just remember this is the event table for now. On E1.manager ID, okay, which is 21. I'll join with the E2 tables employee ID. E2 dot employee ID. Now what will happen? 21 is coming here. Okay, manager ID for this Amit record, and which is equals to 21 from simple employees table 2. So that means just now remember 21. Okay. Now this E2 table, okay, employees table, E2 table. If I go to 21, okay, now this is matched. Now E2 dot employee name, who is the manager of Amit, right? I'll just write E2 dot employee name as manager name. So now this would bring in that way. So 1 Amit Kumar Praveen, 2 Priya Singh Praveen. So likewise Ishan Vikram Reddy, 11 Gaurav Joshi Amit. So likewise this is what self joining is. Maybe it is difficult to understand, but once you understood, it will be easy for you to join anything. Yes, Priyanka Akil, any doubts here, or do you want me to explain again? So yeah, please let me know. So once this is done, so we can wrap up the call. So today, I mean, we have learned in all exist and joins. So two topics we have learned. So you have to, go through the hands-on, and then we'll be having the next session, maybe if you're okay tomorrow or else Monday. So yeah, you clear? Okay. So I think
It's clear,
Priyanka is
Vinay.
clear. Okay, clear, right? Yeah. Okay, then we can wrap up the call. So I will just, upload this recording, and I'll just upload this joins related stuff and also in all exist. So you can go through the hands-on, and maybe in the next class we will go through, windowing function and all. So yeah, I'm just stopping the recording.